From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 25th, 2022. U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price confirmed yesterday that the United States responded to the European Union regarding the Iran deal, saying, as you know, we received Iran's comments on the EU's proposed final text through the EU. Our review of those comments has now concluded. We have responded to the EU today. White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby saying of the undisclosed response from the U.S., we are closer now than we were even just a couple of weeks ago because Iran made a decision to make some concessions. Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid said today when asked at a press conference about the U.S. response and the Iran deal, the Americans accepted a large part of the things that we wanted them to include in the drafts, the Times of Israel reporting, saying it is a welcome change and the dialogue with them is good and we will continue it. Lapid also noted what he called very intensive discussions taking place this week in the U.S. by Israeli officials, including Israel's Defense Minister Benny Gantz, who arrived in the U.S. today, and tweeted that he flew to U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, headquarters in Tampa, Florida, to meet with defense officials there. Upon departing Israel, Gantz wrote, the purpose of the visit is to convey a clear message regarding the negotiations between the powers and Iran on the nuclear agreement. An agreement, he said, that will not return Iran's capabilities years back and will not leave it limited for many years to come, is an agreement that will harm global and regional security. Gantz said, we will discuss the issue with the Americans, and at the same time, Israel will continue to build its strength and capabilities so that in any situation it will know how to defend itself. As we reported to you yesterday, Israel's National Security Advisor Eyal Hulata has been in Washington this week for meetings on the Iran issue, sitting down with his U.S. counterpart Jake Sullivan on Tuesday. And yesterday, Hulata met with Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman. Spokesperson Ned Price saying that the two discussed, among other things, shared global security challenges, including Iran, and the deputy secretary reiterated the administration's steadfast commitment to Israel's security. Israeli troops came under fire in an overnight counter-terrorism operation in the West Bank. The Times of Israel reporting that an Israeli soldier was lightly injured and taken to the hospital. 14 wanted Palestinians were detained. And Israel police today released information of a resident of East Jerusalem arrested last month, suspected of planning a shooting attack in the center of the city. He will be indicted tomorrow. Israel's embassy in Abu Dhabi has moved up to its permanent location. Israeli ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Amir Hayek, shared the news on Tuesday, tweeting, after hard work, we are proud, happy, and excited. Soon we will hold an official opening ceremony. The permanent residence is in the Etihad Tower, just about 30 floors up from where the temporary embassy location opened in June of last year, the first Israeli embassy in a Gulf state, which of course followed the signing of the Abraham Accords with the UAE almost 2 years ago. The American Jewish Committee launched a new initiative yesterday to, it tweeted, amplify the voices of Jewish students around the world and empower them to advocate for themselves and the Jewish people. The Campus Global Board is a group of 20 undergraduate and graduate Jewish student leaders from around the world with members from the U.S., Canada, Israel, the Netherlands, and South Africa. Its president, Amherst student Emma Dates, saying, I am excited to combine AJC's global and nuanced approach to fighting anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias, among other things, with the passion, determination, and creativity of my fellow board members. Ultimately, we feel empowered when we have a voice. New York City's historic Temple Emanu-El has a new campus opening just in time for the high holidays. Emmanuel Downtown will be housed within the General Theological Seminary in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood. Its new location looking to help families connect to the local Jewish community. Peter and Mary Calico Senior Rabbinic Chair Rabbi Joshua Davidson said, as we continue to recover from 2 years of pandemic life, Jewish families all over the city are looking for ways to re-engage with Judaism. Emmanuel Downtown will offer these families an exciting new outlet where they can build, nurture, and enjoy Jewish programming with their children and loved ones. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, August the 25th at 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study, followed by Kosher Movies. At 8, Jonathan Tobin speaks with academic, columnist, and author Walter Russell Mead on Top Story. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Kenneth Levin on L'chaim. At 10, Erez Sherman speaks with Jewish basketball legend Sherry Levin about playing basketball at a Catholic university and how her passion for sports and love of Israel come together at the Maccabiah games. And coming up next, it's Good Week Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 25th, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.